Take two. Hi, welcome to God's Union Marriage Ministry YouTube channel. I'm Eldridge Henry. This is my beautiful wife, Zena. Today we're going to talk about dating with children. We're going to talk about that particular topic and give you 5 points to make your dating life a lot better, even though you are married. It's a very good idea to continue dating when you're married. So let's get started.
So basically, many couples, once they have children, they think that their dating life has to stop. And a lot of times they feel like, I don't have anyone to keep the kids, or I don't want to leave the kids, or whatever the reason may be, or if there's an excuse. But knowing that once you have children, that doesn't have to stop your dating life. So it doesn't mean that just because the kids have come along, you have to stop dating. So first of all, we want to just give you some tips on how you can still date with children, even if they're young children, or whatever age there is. And if you have older children and younger children, you might want to use the older children to help you babysit. So first, you can enlist other couples that have children as well.
For instance, say we have a small child and the Johnsons have a small child. Well, who goes first? After we've made arrangements, we sit down and plan it. The Johnsons are going to go on their date first. So we will take the Johnsons' kids in, whether it's a sleepover or just a few hours one particular evening that's mapped out. So when the kids come over and hang out with my kids, they have a good time. We're watching them, allowing the Johnsons to go out on a date and keep, the fire in their marriage going. Then the following weekend or 2 weekends later, however you schedule, it's our turn to have a date night. So we take our little Henrys over there, hang out, have a good time, and me and my wife get to rekindle, talk about things, keep our sexy going, and it's a great date for us and something also to look forward to.
Exactly. Secondly, you can ask your relatives to keep your children. So maybe you have uncles or aunts that you trust that will keep your children, that have children themselves and might want to have a play date. Or maybe you have younger cousin or young adult cousins, or maybe you have older nieces or nephews that may want to babysit for you. Maybe they'll babysit for free, maybe for a small fee, or maybe even for a favor, like you taking them to the mall the next day or something like that. Or maybe
Pizza.
having them babysit for you and spend the night, and that might be their treat alone because they get to spend the night because maybe they like you just that much and they want to spend some time with you. So again, that's the second thing. And then thirdly, you can enlist responsible young adults at your church. Sometimes there are young adults that are willing to babysit for couples, and because they are members of your church, maybe you've seen their walk, maybe you've seen their responsibilities and their relationship with Christ, and you feel like you can trust them in your home, or you can trust to bring the kids to their home, whatever the case may be. So maybe they'll babysit for a small fee or maybe for free. And then fourthly, Bellevue Baptist Church has something called Soulmate Live, and they actually call that a date night with a purpose. It's here in Memphis, Tennessee, and basically what they do is give you a date night in their banquet hall where you can come bring your children for a small fee. They'll keep your children for a couple of hours, and then you also get to enjoy a live show, which they call Date Night with a Purpose. They also have something called Soulmate Live Night Out, where they allow you to drop the kids off at the church, again for a small fee, and then you and your spouse are able to take a date for a couple of hours. They give you a date card, and they allow you to do some hashtagging through Instagram where you can post your date with you and your spouse. And I think they actually do a couple of videos on how your date went. So that's another example or place where you can go to have someone keep your children while you go out on a date. And I'll leave the link below for Soulmate Live, which basically is soulmatelive.com.
That's a great amount of information you just gave. Now listen, I'm talking to my fellas now. There's nothing cooler than us as men planning the date.
Exactly.
A lot of us will make this statement, baby, I'll take you anywhere you want to go. Just tell me. What I've come to find out in my 18 years of marriage is that my wife wants me to plan the date.
Exactly.
So what I need to do is get my idea of where I want to go. Find out who's going to keep the kids. And then once I get all that mapped out or take her to her favorite place, I send her a little note inviting her out on a date. I send her an email, or I leave a note at the house, or I simply ask her, will you go out with me on this day at this time? Can you be ready? And I'll pick you up. Yes, you stay in the same house. Yes, she's your wife. But you've taken the initiative to plan a date, find the babysitter, pick the restaurant, and make it a great night.
You can also give me a box with a dress and a new pair of shoes in it, too, that I can wear on the date.
If your wife doesn't like the style of clothes that you like to see her in, don't do it, brother. Do not attempt that suggestion. Buy a gift card and go with her to shop. Yeah, we're not going to do that here in this house, okay?
But
yeah,
like
fellas,
Pretty Women,
plan.
when you get that big box with the red ribbon on it, and then there's a card, and it's like, baby, I'm going to take you out here. And then you got this beautiful Vera Wang gown. Just kidding.
Seriously, some of the guys know how to buy clothes for their wives. I know how to buy jewelry for mine. Clothes not mastered. Chocolate, I got it covered. Clothes, no. Diamonds, chocolate, hey. Sushi, hey. Yeah, clothes, no. Know what stores to go to. Got that part covered. I'll drive.
Okay, so now that we've given you some tips, and remember, men, plan the dates.
Plan
at
it,
least
guys.
Some of them. Don't let your wife do all the planning. And in planning the date, make sure you handle the babysitting situation.
Yes.
Don't plan the date and then expect your wife to take care of the babysitting situation, and neither one of you done it, and then you can't go on the date because you don't have a babysitter.
Right.
So again, your dating life does not have to stop once the children come along. It's very important that you continue to date even after children, because again, you still need time for you and your spouse. You still need that quality time. You still need to communicate. You still need to have that intimacy and that one-on-one time.
Yeah.
And that's so important that you get it in. Once a week would be ideal. But I do understand that may not be possible or even feasible. And sometimes you may just have to have a date night in your home with the kids in the bed sleep. So it doesn't always have to be out, and it doesn't always have to be where you spend money. Sometimes you need to just put the kids to bed at 8 o'clock. And then say, honey, meet me upstairs in the bedroom with a bowl of popcorn and your favorite movie and a glass of wine or some ice cream, some grapes, some cheese, whatever it is. And then have a date night there. Or meet me in the den in front of the fireplace after the kids have gone to bed with just a blanket and nothing else.
Okay.
And maybe you...
Say what?
Yeah.
Time out. Blanket, fireplace, nothing else.
And then you just talk for a minute in the den and talk about your relationship, where it's going, the intimacy level. How can we improve on our relationship? Maybe asking each other how your love tank is. Is it full? Is it empty? Is it half full? What can I do to make it better? So you want to make sure that the dates are not just empty dates as well, that you're building intimacy on those dates and talking about each other. Try not to talk about the kids while you're on the date. Correct. Or try not to talk about work so much.
Or bills.
Make sure you're just talking about each other. How can you improve the intimacy in your marriage together? How can we make this thing better? Again, we said after 18 years, we're still trying to improve our relationship every single day. Right. We want to make sure that we have the best marriage and that we're giving each other what we need. We're fulfilling those needs as well as meeting those love tank needs as well. So again, dating doesn't have to stop once the kids come along. And so we want to hear from you. We want to know, what dating tips do you have for those that we didn't list here or tell you about here? Tell us what you're doing to date after you've had kids. Maybe you have a secret that nobody else knows that might be helpful for somebody else, or maybe there's something that you and your spouse have worked out that would be good to share so other couples can enjoy dating after children as well.
One of our books that we like to use is called 10 Great Dates. We'll post a link at the bottom that leads you to that book, either Amazon or Barnes & Noble. You can get a PDF or an e-copy of it. It's a great book. And listen, look out for the hashtag EasyDates. Easy Dates. Z dates. So hashtag your date pictures. Let us see them on Facebook, or let us see them on Instagram, or wherever you post. Do it. Let's get it started, y'all. Keep on dating. We love you. Have a blessed one. Take care. Until next time, I'm El, and this is Zena, and thank you for visiting God's Union Marriage Ministry YouTube channel. Until next time, bye.
Bye-bye.
Today. So let's get started. Zena, it's on you, babe.
why that's funny. I don't know. Okay. So